Hey y'all, I am here with Tootsie Tomanetz. We've been going to the same family reunion for many years, but today I'm here to talk to her because Tootsie is a very famous pitmaster. And we are doing women who are pitmasters this month. Tootsie, tell me how you became a pitmaster.
Back in 1966, my husband was working at a meat market in Giddings, and they were shorthand, and the owner asked if I would come in and help the black man back at the pit. Mr. Herschel Doyle owned the meat market at that time, and so I went in to help at the pit, which I told Mr. Herschel I don't know anything about the work I'm going to be doing that you want me to do, but I will do the best that I can. And he was satisfied with that, which I thought it would be a day or two, and it ended up 10 years that I was there. During the 10 years that I was there at the city meat market in Giddings, I did it from A to Z. I mean, at the end of it, I was helping doing the slaughter of the animals. I worked the kill floor. I worked the pit. I worked the counter, because at that time we had fresh meat counters, meat in the counters.
I think my grandmother shopped at that place.
I'm sure.
I can remember going in there with her as a little girl.
And, it was just one thing after another. And me being from Lexington, Mr. Doyle bought a meat market up here. The owner was closing down. So Mr. Doyle bought that market and sent me up here to operate it for him. We ended up buying it, and we had it for 20 years until White had a severe stroke, and we had to get rid of it then, sell the conditions didn't look good. And I continued barbecuing for the people that bought our market at that time. They turned it into a restaurant, so their Saturday specials was going to be barbecue, which suited fine with me. That's the way it went for 7 or 8 years. Carrie had come by one day and asked if I would be interested in moving over here. At that time, I was still satisfied. Everything was moving along smoothly, and it was okay. But then the original owner sold out, and the new owners, they weren't country people, and it got too complicated. So Carrie came by one morning, and I said, if you're still interested in opening up, let's sit down and talk. And we talked Thanksgiving, and he said, you think we can be ready March 1st of 2003? This was Thanksgiving of 2002. I said, I'm ready tomorrow if you can have the pits ready. So he took the measurements of the pits that I was used to cooking on, built the pits, and we opened up March 1, 2003.
Which is 20 years ago today. So big 20th anniversary.
Wonderful day today. So this is 20 years, 19 years though, that I have come in here at 2 a.m.
Wow.
And worked till 1:30, 1:30, when everything's cleaned up and ready to go home. Because I want my pits clean when I leave, so I don't have to clean them during the week. 2003 to 2008, I worked the pits here by myself. In 2008, I was recognized as best barbecue in Texas by Texas Monthly, and that increased our production tremendously. They asked Kerry, what time do you open? He said 8 o'clock, and I went through the floor, because with starting the barbecue at 2 and having brisket on, we had learned how to cook brisket at that time. You can't have it ready from 2 to 8, 6 hours time. So he said, no, I'll come in and start it at 10 o'clock Friday night or 9 o'clock Friday night, and you come on in at 2 as always. So that's what we've had to do in order to get the briskets ready. I would go home and tell my family how big the crowd was and people standing in line. And my youngest son had been interested in barbecuing, and he came up and was watching, and we were busy. And Kerry, he had cooked, but he hadn't, this was a new experience for him. He had 5 years been selling. And so Hershey came by, and I said, I need sausage. I need wood on the pit. he knew exactly what to go and do. So Kerry asked me if he would be interested in coming in and working on Friday nights and Saturday, and he took him up on that. We worked out real good. There was a lot of things that he and I had conflicts over, but sitting here in the night by ourselves and visiting, we had got everything worked out. And March of 2015, well, he wasn't pulling his job. He would hang 4 sausage, and sit down. We put 12 to a rod. He wouldn't add wood to it. So besides doing my job, I'm having to catch up and do his. That afternoon, I took him to the hospital, and we were told that he had glioblastoma. It's a type of cancer of the brain that works very fast, and it was in stage 4.
Oh my goodness.
So, he had surgery, removed 90% of it. We had him for a year, and he died 7 years today. So
today is it's a little multifaceted in joy and sadness.
It's been touchy for me.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But that's life. In December of 15, my husband passed away. March of 16, Hershey passed away. God's doors, he shut the doors. They're gone. That's it. But he opened up so many more doors for me. More barbecue doors, more doors to awards, certificates, traveling. I'm sorry I got
so wonderful. I think that leads me to ask you. I think when people think about you, they see determination. What recommendation would you give to someone that needs just that little bit of encouragement? What is it that gives you that determination to keep on going in the face of loss and the face of difficulties?
Well, really, I enjoy barbecuing, but it's the feeling that I get when I see people sit down to eat their barbecue and take that first bite, and there's just a glow that comes out on their face of expression of how wonderful it tastes, how good it is, and that type thing.
And that just gives you the joy of all that work from the 2 a.m. and being over the hot pit.
It's just the admiration that I can see, that I enjoy.
That's your pay.
And as for the loss, yes, they're missed every day, but I know it's better. They're out of their pain and out of their suffering. They've got new bodies.
That's right. That's right.
They see what's going to happen to me before I see it.
So on to the barbecue. Do you have a secret, or do you have maybe more like a helpful hint that you could share when somebody is barbecuing at home? What would you say to them that would be the biggest thing that they could do to make their barbecue the best that they could make it?
Well, as we treat ours with TLC, when you're cooking, you take care of it. You just give it tender loving care. And when we had to increase our quantity, I told Kerry we have to be very careful not to lose our quality.
Now, I know you're humble about this, but you've received a really major award.
Being inducted to the Barbecue Hall of Fame, yes. I'm from the country. I was raised in the country. My parents would buy barbecue on Saturday when they came to Lexington. I didn't read magazines to see all this other stuff going on.
That makes a restaurant right there just even being nominated for it. So the fact that you've been nominated twice is over the top amazing.
And that's the reason I say it's God's hand, and I'm just following that.
Just following that. So do you use spices on your barbecue?
No.
None at all?
We only use salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper. Okay.
Now our chicken, spare ribs, and pork, I use a mop on them, which consists of water, onion, butter, mustard, Worcestershire sauce, and vinegar.
Thank you so much, Tootsie, for taking time to talk to me today. It's really been an honor. And we have a tradition in Texicurians that once we have spent time together or cooked together, I didn't get to cook with you, but I got to hear about it. Then I get to share one of these aprons. So this is
Well,
for
thank you very much.
I know you probably have several, but here's another one. It says
That's just
everything
another
tastes
one to
better
add
in
to my
Texas.
collection. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.